What's up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about this brand new mystery series on Netflix, and get in those comments, let me know, what Netflix movie is this quote from? Don't Google it, but I thought that'd be pretty fun. Plus, I've never worn this hat.
You're lame!
Yeah?
Hi there, are you, Bridget Pierce?
You the podcasters?
Yes, we are. Okay.
So, a group of podcasters set out to investigate the mysterious disappearance of three strangers in an Irish town, but when they start to pull the strings, they find a story much bigger and stranger than they ever could have imagined. Stars Siobhan Colan, Robin Cara, and Will Forte. I was excited to see Forte in this. It's rated TV mature for language, nudity, and sex. It's definitely a series for adults, but I didn't know what the tone was going to be here. Is it a dark comedy? Is it something that's almost solely comedic and adventure-ish type of feel? Or, like I mentioned, only murders in the building, three main characters. It's not like that. It's a very different sense of humor and style in general, and it's not over-the-top, outlandish, satirical, but the Edgar Wright films, Hot Fuzz specifically, that very dry and sarcastic sense of humor that we occasionally get in that movie. It's a very UK, not Western style and sense of humor. Now, very different from Hot Fuzz, but I got certain jokes and moments that were like that. But then it gets dark on occasion, and it balances those two genres, comedic and dark, very well, especially in the first few episodes where these podcasters who are stuck with the reporter, they're just coming in and trying to write a story, make a podcast. Oh, okay.
You don't say!
As they themselves begin to interrogate just a bit and things start happening to them individually, people clearly don't want them there. We see examples of that in the first two episodes. So, yes, something's up here. Someone is hiding something, and it feels like every other person we meet in this small Irish town, well, there's a sketchiness and a mystery to them that makes this plot all that more compelling as a viewer. And it gets much deeper than anticipated, because at the beginning I'm like, all right, it's fairly simple what we're trying to do here, but as the strings are pulled, things are revealed, they meet individuals, they realize that this specific mystery is not the only thing that's happened in this town, because they start to go back in time and see that, all right, no, there's clearly something up here. Who's involved? What's going on? I know we're just some podcasters and a reporter, but let's see what we can do. And so, very different from Only Murders in the Building in that way. Again, just the concept of making a podcast about these mysteries. But is it a mystery? Is it a murder? Is it deeper than that? And when I say every other person in this town is kind of sketchy, I mean it. Even those that they're trying to swerve us with, it's like, oh, we want you to look over here as a viewer when something's actually happening over here. And admittedly, they got me a few times. They did a nice job of keeping me personally on my toes, being really engaged in the mystery, but also swerving me. They went directions that I didn't expect, and then things happen. I'm like, oh wow, I thought it was this person over here, but it's not. Now, occasionally you get the obvious line of dialogue or something that a character says or does where it's like, yeah, they are involved in something, but the question is what? And that's why I believe that this script is way more intricate than I expected, because it really did keep me on the edge of my seat, even though it does move slow. And pacing is often an issue that I have with a show like this, especially one where there's a big mystery and you're having to ask some questions, slowly get answers. And when I say slowly, I do mean it, but you're also getting to know these characters. And there are three good actors at the forefront. All three are very good. The one I was most excited about, obviously, is Will Forte, because when he takes roles that have a little bit of comedy to them but require just a bit more drama, those are the ones that sometimes I respond more to, and I was so excited to see him. He's great, and he takes his podcasting very seriously, even where he's making friends in this town, and they're in the middle of a conversation. He just holds up, will you say that one more time? Just because he needs, and he stresses this to his assistant, I need the audio. We can't make a podcast without audio, even though crazy things are happening to them. They still have to get some people on camera or on this thing saying stuff. It's a microphone. That's what it's called.
What is wrong with you?
Our character of Dove, she's like, yeah, the podcast, whatever. I'm here because I am supposed to get a story. And at first she is no nonsense. Like, I don't care about what you're doing, but we're here together. And so let's see what we can do. But it took me a bit to warm up to her character. Once I did, and once we start to discover kind of her role in all of this, I thought they all three really worked well together. And then you have our podcast assistant, our researcher in Emmy. And honestly, I believe Emmy has the best arc in the show, where she is at the beginning compared to what she goes through, and then where we end up with her was a really great character arc. So I appreciate the attention to detail there. We can also talk about the visuals here. Occasionally bleak, there's a direness to it all on occasion because of what we're dealing with here. It's actually a very serious situation, but some of the townspeople are like, whatever. But I liked the look to this. It has a cinematic look and feel to it that you don't often see in a show like this on Netflix. And again, character development across the board. I liked our main trio quite a bit. I liked some of the quirky people that we meet on the side that you just don't know if you can trust them or not. And they build a nice atmosphere through the mystery in this show. And so I really enjoyed this. I had a nice time with it. There were parts where I felt like they could have trimmed down some of the dialogue, or we're spending too much time over here when this is just happening in the background. It's like, hey, you have a mystery to solve. Let's not take too much time. Maybe it could have been one episode less, to be honest with you. But as a whole, I appreciate the development, and I like this style of show, even something that's slower. Before I give you my score, this one caught me off guard in a good way. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. What is your favorite mystery series on television? Do you like this, Only Murders in the Building? And drop that like if you want more Netflix reviews. This is an engaging and often comedic mystery that features a stunning Irish backdrop. The script does a nice job of fleshing out our main trio, while the occasionally slow-moving series of twists will keep viewers on their toes. I binged it, and I was able to get through it fairly quickly, even with the lengthier run times on certain episodes. So I need to know how you watch it. Are you binging it? Are you going to break it up weekly? And once you finish, once you finish the series, come back and let me know. Thanks for watching. See you soon.